Alf, over the last year, Sword and Shield sealed product quietly turned into one of the best performing corners of the Pokemon market.
Yeah.
Today, we're breaking down the top 5 booster boxes by estimated returns over the last 12 months using real sales data, a bit of math, and I'll show you some of the chase cards driving those gains. I'll go from number 5 down to number 1, and I will keep the numbers simple. So what are we doing here? To estimate 12-month returns, I'm doing 3 things. Pulling typical box prices from early 2025, early 2026, from market guides and buy lists, etc., calculating the percentage gains over that year, and converting that into an annualized return, which is basically if you held for 1 year, what percentage did you make? These are ballpark. Exact numbers will depend on your buy-in. All right, let's start with number 5, Brilliant Stars booster boxes. Typical price going back 12 months, about $300 to $320 per booster box. Typical price now in that $450-ish range. It's roughly a 30 to 40% gain year over year. So call it about 30 to 35% just to be a little bit conservative. Why is Brilliant Star so popular? It's got one of the most balanced lineups in the era. Charizard V-Alt Art and Charizard V-Star Rainbows, Arceus Vs and V-Star Chase cards, very strong trainer gallery with fan favorite character cards. Add in the fact that these box prices did not go totally parabolic like Evolving Skies did. Got a set that is popular. Number 4, Silver Tempest. A short 12 months ago, Silver Tempest boxes were sitting in the low $200s to $250. Now they're commonly selling around $400, $425, maybe $450. That's roughly a 90% increase over 12 months. So we're looking at about 90% return over the last 12 months. Why is the set popular? The Lugia V Alt Art, one of the most popular alt arts of the whole Sword and Shield block. Solid trainer gallery featuring characters like Serena and popular VMAX V-Star reprints. Pokemon investors, speculators, like Silver Tempest because it's still cheaper than Evolving Skies or Lost Origin, but it's got a lot of headliners. It's got some nice chase cards. Number 3, Fusion Strike. Fusion Strike went from being the overprinted dud that nobody wanted to one of the best return stories in the era. 12 months ago, you could find boxes in the $500 to $550 range. Now they're routinely selling for $750 to $850, around 40 to 50% gain in 1 year. So we're looking at a return in that 40 to 50% range. Why popular? The Espeon VMAX Alt Art, the Building Climbing card, one of the strongest evolution cards outside Evolving Skies. Gengar VMAX Alt Art, huge fan favorite. Multiple Mew Vs, VMAX Alt Arts, and high-end Mew cards. Now, if we take it back to when Fusion Strike was released, you're talking about annualized returns of around 60%, 50 to 60% year over year. That is some wild stuff. Number 2, Lost Origin. Lost Origin was already strong a year ago and still managed to outpace a lot of the field. These were selling at 12 months ago for around $350 to $400. Now they're in that $525 to $650 range depending on the market. That's about a 40 to 60% jump over the last 12 months. So you've got that annual return approximately in the 40 to 50% range. It's wild. Keep in mind that's after it had already gone up quite a bit. The success is all about the Giratina V Alt Arts, top tier, often sitting in the same conversation as the Moonbryon for pure desirability. Aerodactyl V Alt Art, very good trainer gallery like a lot of these other sets, fun packs to open. If we're looking at a longer window, if we're going back a few years, going back to release, we're talking like 60 to 65% annually. That is insane. The number 1 who's at the top, it's got to be Evolving Skies. A year ago, Evolving Skies were changing hands in the $2,100 to $2,300 range. Right now, you got sales in the $2,400 to $3,000 range. If we're going January 25 to January 2026, so conservatively $2,200 to $2,500. It's roughly a 25% gain here over the last 12 months. That might sound lower than the others, but remember, it's been going up quite a bit. There's a lot of people that bought these for $100, $150, $200, $300, are sitting on a $2,500 box. We're talking like 100% returns year over year if we're looking back from when it came out. The Umbreon VMAX Alt Art, the Moonbryon, multiple Rayquaza Vs and VMAX Alt Arts, a wall of Evolution V and VMAX Alt Arts, a combo of iconic chase cards and scarcity is why even after it's gone really 20x since release, it's still putting up great returns for people buying into the set. In closing, if you're looking at Sword and Shield sealed right now, Evolving Skies is the blue chip, if there is such a thing as a blue chip in Pokemon Sealed. It might not 20x again for a while, for a long time. The popularity of this set is solid, and it will remain one of those classic sets, I believe. Lost Origin, Fusion Strike have quietly been crushing it on a percentage basis over the last year, roughly 40 to 50% returns. Powered by the Lugia, Brilliant Stars is the more stable Charizard plus Trainer Gallery option. Obviously, none of this is financial advice. Sealed boxes can and do correct, but if you wanted a snapshot of which Sword and Shield boxes have actually made money over the last 12 months, here is that snapshot. What will happen here in the future? Nobody knows. But man, one thing is for certain, we just saw a Super Bowl commercial talking about Pokemon.
We both have very fast
moves
and can change the world using its mind.
Jigglypuff is my favorite. Jigglypuff, Jigglypuff.
Every single time you met a new Pokemon, it felt like you met a new part of yourself.
He likes to sleep. Just like me.
뭔가 여러 모습으로 변할 수 있는 모습도.
Sí, tiene muchas formas de superar a sus oponentes.
Como mischievous, pero su love language.
sa loyauté, sa rapidité.
She uses her voice to protect herself.
It's homey, you know? Totally.
That's why I love it.
My favorite is Eevee.
Mi favorito es Siga.
Arcanine.
Gengar.
Jigglypuff.
So, what's your favorite?
The IP for Pokemon continues to grow, continues to expand its reach globally. Friends, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Which Sword and Shield boxes are you looking at? Any of these 5? Or are you going outside of these 5 and looking for maybe some other spots where you feel like you've got some long-term hold potential? Thanks for joining, friends. Stay healthy, stay awesome, and I will talk to you again later.